Time for our game of the week. Time for cold, hard football facts on Football Nation. Welcome in once again. I'm Butch Stearns of the Pulse Network, Kerry Byrne of Cold Hard Football Facts. Once again, the game of the week in Foxboro, a primetime game Sunday night instead of Monday night, an NFC contender as opposed to an AFC contender, but two legitimate Super Bowl contenders. The numbers back it up. The Niners at the Patriots. This will be a good one.
Yeah, and a classic example of the immovable force meets the irresistible object. The best defense in football clearly in San Francisco, and the best offense in football clearly, and one of the best of all time in the New England Patriots, who just came off that just torture. They just torched the Houston Texans. This will be a tougher test, though, I think, for the Patriots.
Let's look at your numbers and let's look at them in that matchup, and let's start with San Francisco. They are the best defense in football by your numbers.
Yeah, and by any common number. I mean, look at scoring defense. They give up 14.2 points per game, and that's at the end of the day the only stat that really matters, right, Butch? So that's an amazing number where quarterbacks are putting up all these dizzying numbers. They're giving up 2 touchdowns per game, but also number one in what we call bendability, defensive efficiency. Number one in yards per attempt. Opponents average just 5 yards every time they drop back to pass. There are teams that have a higher average when they run the football. That's how tough that defense is. The number 2 defensive line in football, number 2 and third down defense. And by the way, Aldon Smith, this guy's a great player. Right now holds the record for most sacks by a player in their first 2 years in the NFL, breaking the record set by Reggie White. Quite a player in his day.
You always ask about dominant teams like this. Well, they put up a lot of these numbers against inferior opponents. I know they all play the schedule, so what are they going to do against good opponents? When you look at how impressive those numbers are for San Francisco, they're just or more impressive on the other side of the ball for the Patriots offense. This really is a classic Titan matchup, Patriots offense versus San Francisco defense.
Yeah, right now the Patriots on pace, we've been talking about this over the last few weeks, on pace to score 581 points, would be just 8 points shy of the record they set in 2007. They'll be the first team ever to score 500 points in 4 different seasons. Just really magnificent. And what it comes down to is, look at Tom Brady. The guy, we joked this week, all Tom Brady does, Butch, is make babies and win football games. Kind of like Jaws, right? All he did is make baby sharks and whatever the line is by Richard Dreyfuss. But, he just wins at a level we've never seen in the history of, literally never seen since maybe Otto Graham in the 1950s. And a lot of that is just, he leads an offensive machine that, as the Texans proved, they're almost impossible to stop.
We always talk about number 1 seeds and home field advantage in the playoffs. When it comes to big games like this, for the Patriots, Foxboro is a huge home field advantage, especially in the second half of the season.
Yeah, the numbers are crazy. 84-16 at home with Tom Brady at quarterback. That's 84% winning percentage. Not only that, in December, 22-1 at home in December. The last time the Patriots lost a home game in December was 2002, Butch. Even you and I looked young in 2002, that's how long ago it was. I think it was a game where maybe the Patriots lost a sloppy game to the New York Jets. I know it was the New York Jets. There might have been the game they took out the real grass after that game and put in the turf. Maybe right now, looking back, one of the best strategic moves the organization's ever made, because, with Tom Brady at quarterback, they win more than any team in the history of football, 150-44 with Brady at quarterback. Just a machine. Literally a football machine, as they showed Monday night.
And if any team exemplifies that they're better in the second half of the season in any sport, it's got to be the Patriots. By beating Houston, they're now 21-0 in their last 21 games in the second half of seasons over the last 2.5 years. And the reason I bring it up is San Francisco's coming to town. They've lost this year to Arizona, Seattle. They handled St. Louis over in London. That was no problem. But you got to figure, 2 of those teams in that division, maybe San Francisco coming to do the same thing, but not second half of the season.
Yeah, it's a different story, and you have to wonder how the Colin Kaepernick situation will play out, right?
I take the Huggies off in this one, if he's got them on at all.
Well, listen, he's a dangerous player, and I kind of criticized the decision when it happened. A lot of people did, because if San Francisco doesn't win the Super Bowl, this will go down as the wrong move, taking out Alex Smith. But you know what? He's been playing well. The 49ers with Kaepernick are just as efficient in all our numbers, passer rating, real quarterback rating, passing yards per attempt, just as efficient as they were with Alex Smith. And so the 49ers aren't just a good defensive team. They're a great defensive team with a very good, efficient offense. So I believe right now looking a lot more dangerous than maybe the Texans look.
So one final comment. This is our Game of the Week segment. It's not bet on it, but I think it's a good opportunity to let people know about Spreadopedia. So, for example, if I'm looking at this game and I want to know NFC West teams' records coming east in the second half of the season or in December, I mean, Spreadopedia is a database where you can get all that info.
Yeah, all that data, actually, a lot of what we throw out here, you become a Cold Hard Hard Football Facts Insider, you get tons of information. Part of that is Spreadopedia. But for example, some of the stuff we looked up on the Patriots record in December and this situation and that situation, a couple clicks of the mouse, and you have that information instantly. It's a very powerful tool, part of our insider package. You can sign up, Butch, kick the tires for a week, $9.95 for a weekly pass. You can cancel at any time and try out all the bells and whistles at Insider, including Spreadopedia.
Check out Cold Hard Football Facts at coldhardfootballfacts.com.